This is our 11th meeting. There we are. Hi. Alright. Well, are other people joining us?
Yeah, so who's not coming today besides Andrew?
I don't know. Mitch is talking to me, so he should. Oh, there he is.
Yep.
And then. Eric should. Eric's here. Or he's online, so I bet he'll join. And then Cameron was looking at the meeting back, or the agenda earlier. Well, let's see. Alright, well, if they don't respond in a minute, we'll get started. So what's everyone been up to?
I would say with this, well, with the game, not much on my end, because I'm doing audio, so I'd like something a little more tangible to tether the controllers to. Inventory code is not necessary for Friday, so I haven't really worked on that, although I did clean it up last Tuesday. And I've just been collecting assets. I'm still working on background music, so
Okay.
yeah.
Inventory. You're just gonna do swapping? You know, we're not
What
gonna
do you
have
mean?
at the moment, I'm not thinking we'll have an actual, like, extensive inventory system. I know that Cameron had asked me about that. Did he pass that on to you?
No, I guess not. But what do you mean by swapping? I guess.
So when you come up to an item, so you only have those 5 slots. There's no other, you don't have a backpack or anything. When you come
Okay.
up
Yeah.
to an item, you can either swap it with your current item and destroy your current item for resources, or you can destroy the item for resources. You know, there's no real gain to leaving it around, so one of those 2 items are going to get destroyed and converted to resources for you.
Okay, so the way I wrote it is like that would be really easy to implement. I kind of wrote it so you could hold multiple things, but yeah, you just it's like an array, but if we just hold it in slot 0, it works the exact same. So yeah, I think it would totally cover that like that.
Okay, cool. All right, good. Well, then we'll look at that. Has Mitch, do you know if anyone integrated in the new tiles or Cameron's art stuff? Or does anyone know that?
Yeah, we haven't
Uh,
integrated in
oh yeah.
parts of Cameron's new art stuff. We're going to be doing that. I mean, I imagine we're doing that like tomorrow. Like, I hope we're doing that tomorrow. I need to talk to him. I just need to get the artwork from him for the health bar and stuff, because that's done in code, and I know how to do it, and I've got the boxes set up, and so that's what I've been working on, like the menus and stuff.
Yeah.
But I do need that. That's just that stuff. Like, it's probably in the assets. I'm gonna look in the assets folders and stuff
Okay.
for it tonight then, and try to set that up. And basically, that's about it. I mean, that's really all that's happening with UX and like UI stuff. Is just I need to lock those things in. I do need to look at the item class to figure out what exactly. It's gonna be a little bit of work.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the deal with networking?
All right. So Andrew and I worked a little bit before the weekend and managed to start up a server, have clients connect to it, and spawn into the game properly. So we have a little menu that everybody, like a splash screen sort of thing, but with no artwork or anything on it. Just a functional piece of scenery, basically. But so we have players are able to connect to one another. On Connect, you flip scenes. You have a network manager in there. So everything is set up correctly, and we've made it that far. Andrew tells me he managed to make a little bit more headway into it, but some of it is a little in need of some TLC right now. So my plan is to get into it tonight and see what's going on with the whole thing.
Okay. When you say you've got players in the same game, are we in our game or are we in like just a thing?
In our game, right.
Okay, so you've got them into the same world space, moving around, stuff like that?
The synchronizations between players is not happening just yet. That's not very far away, though. That's the kind of thing that Unity makes easy with just the network views and such. But yeah, that stuff is, the players are connected. We can send procedure calls between them. All that stuff is like, the groundwork is laid, more or less, is the way it is probably the phrase I should use.
All right. It's very nerve-wracking.
Yeah. So what I might even suggest is that because it's taking a little longer than maybe we'd anticipated, is for the midterm demo, maybe we should just go with the 4-controller thing. That way we can focus on some stuff. My concern right now is incorporating Cameron's stuff, mainly because he's been working on it sort of solo, and we haven't really touched it as from the code side of things, right? Animations, I don't know how they work, right? And so we're gonna have to learn how they work. I don't know if anybody else already does.
This
but we
is
need
the first
to
thing that I'm working on all this week. So that is going to be my focus. Is right now is going to be getting Cameron's assets integrated into the main game. In terms of networking, honestly, if we don't have it working this week, we need to cut it. We can't keep fucking with it. So.
Okay.
You know,
well, I'll do a little bit more work on that tonight, and I'll update you guys some point after I'm done with it, and I'll let you know where we're at. If I make good enough headway, then we can keep it, but we'll just cross the bridge when it gets there.
Yeah. In terms of what I'm looking for the demo and networking wise, is we need to have fluid combat and a fluid resource system.
Okay, well, since combat guy just got here, where are we at on that exactly? Is it implemented?
I mean, it's implemented, but I wanted to get it implemented with the animations, so I started looking in how to do it, but then I realized that the character model wasn't in the game yet, so then I started looking how they put the character model in the game, and I couldn't figure it out. So that's why I'm on that. But it's there without animations or anything. It just happens.
All right.
Okay, well, that's good enough. It's definitely a good enough starting point. Because we weren't going to make it very far in networking until that was done.
Okay, that's what I'm going to be looking into, but okay.
I still need to test. I still haven't tried actually hitting each other yet because I haven't quite figured out how to put 2 characters in a space and control them with 2 controllers at the same time.
Why not just
haven't
force
quite
it?
Do what? Oh,
Just
I mean, that's what I've done, but like, I don't know if the hitbox is all weird and stuff. Right.
I mean, just stick a box somewhere in the game.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's not very complicated. Like, you get hit, it just stops the attack and calls it back.
Is your code uploaded?
No, I don't. Where do you want me to put it? Was going to be my big question for this meeting.
Create a new. So look, do this.
Create a new folder in the Perforce thing.
Yeah. Well, not in Perforce. Go into the Perforce directory on your file system. Go into the prototypes directory.
Okay. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Create a new directory. Put all your shit in there. Reconcile offline work for the prototypes directory. Push.
Okay. I will try that. And I think I'll be okay with that. But what I wanted to know was what was the most updated version for me. That would be best for me to put my code into. For me to merge, because I'm still based off of a really old version.
It's gonna be,
so I need to merge. What's the best version?
It'll probably be my code. Once I'm, that's because we don't have, nobody's code is really up to date yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're all kind of split out. So I'm gonna try to integrate everyone.
Okay.
So other than networking, that one, everything that is not networking, I'm gonna focus on integrating, and then I'll hand it off to Mitch. We'll go from there. Okay. But yeah, just put your code in one of those folders for now, and then we'll talk.
Do you want me to try and work on? Tonight, like I got back just a few minutes ago. Tonight I was going to work on putting the character model in the game and then putting the animations in the game some more. Did you want me to do that, or do you want to do it?
I mean, well, yeah, that's kind of part of what I'm gonna do tonight is focus on getting all the Cameron stuff into the game and up to date first,
Okay.
and then try. We'll talk about. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. All right, Cameron, where are you at?
Yes. I am here.
No, I know you're.
Do you
here.
mean
What
like-
have you been doing?
Do you mean like progress-wise?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I am currently. What am I doing? I'm going through and like creating some more decorative tiles because I realized it got really boring to look at pieces that didn't have hubs in them.
Okay.
So I'm going through and doing that. I'm waiting to go back home right now because Perforce is being weird and apparently it's like locked to a specific host server or something. I don't know.
God,
But I can't use it from this particular classroom at the moment.
You'll not
So
check
when I
stuff
get
out.
home,
What
I'm going to
directory are you
upload
in?
everything I've done.
What directory are you trying to push to?
I just can't access Perforce. Like, it won't let me log in.
What is it? Screen share and try.
All right,
If you
hold
will,
on.
please.
No, my whole computer's being weird. This is strange.
Also, Mitch, I
Yeah.
was talking to Mark
Oh,
earlier
I'm
today. He shared a very interesting link. You know how you had brought up earlier, if everyone uses it, how come we've never heard about it? And I had a pretty long discussion about it. They really actually do. I just put into this chat a link of some of the companies that use it. The big name on there that I recognize is going to be CCP, which produces EVE Online.
Bro, ArenaNet,
Kinda
Guild
interesting.
Wars 2, man.
Oh yeah, NVIDIA.
Yeah, fucking NVIDIA.
There we go. So anyway, I thought that was a very interesting link, and I wanted to share that. So it is something that the industry is going to look for if we want to work for these companies. It'll be nice to say, yeah, we've used Perforce. Just as a side note, I wanted to throw that out there. Still stuck, Cameron?
Oh, no, it resolved itself. I have normal access to Perforce. I'm pushing everything right now.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool.
It just decided not to work, so...
All right. Now, now we're going to go on to the special topic of today. Hopefully this is the right screen. A WBS, a work breakdown structure. This is something that was shown to me a few days ago that I think is interesting, and we're going to try it for a week, just one cycle. You know, I encourage everyone to come into this document if you can. I just stuck that in the chat for y'all. And log in so that you can edit it. So let's actually put on here.
How many files does it typically mark for add when you copy over a project? Because this seems a bit excessive.
It's a lot.
I've got 4,157.
Hold on.
Did you do get latest revision on
What do you
like Team 8, or did you do it on like CS whatever?
Yeah. So what's
This
going to
is
happen
me
is
uploading my latest project.
Oh,
what's going to happen is it's going to. Is this a Unity project?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to upload, and then the server's going to tell you you can't add some things. And that's okay.
Okay.
It'll take care of it for you.
All right.
Because what that is it's going to be your libraries and some other stuff that are creating a boatload of files. The automatic server ignore should take care of that for you. Okay. So there's one more level. So there are three levels for this structure. Broad categories, this is, like what all do we need taken care of? Sort of medium categories. And then there's work packages, which are things that you can sit down and do and have a good understanding of what the time is. This structure is used by NASA and a lot of scientific research groups. Not so much in industry, but I think it might be helpful here because we have a lot to do, and so it could be a good idea to break it up like this. And then, anyone can say, okay, I'm claiming this small work package, go and do it, and then push it. Make sense? Alright, so hopefully everyone can see this and is in this document, which you're not. Only 3 people are looking at it. It says Google Drive. But as you have time tonight, and I'll tell Andrew later, fill in sort of the different little work packages that you need to do, that you have left with the systems that you've been working on. So, for example, in the combat system, integrate. Now, there's going to be a big integration, but so, yeah, sure. So, and then you break that further down. I'm just looking at what Eric's doing right now. You break that further down to attack, parry, or feint, whatever the ones are. So, I'd ask that if you have time tonight, spend 30 minutes or so filling this in, and then I'll organize it and put something together for it. I think I've got all the major categories here and subcategories. If there's something else, add it. But then what we can do is we can take this, we can say, okay, getting the attack animation tied to a button press will probably take 30 minutes. You can basically break down each of those work packages into a well-defined time and sort of roll it up from there, and we can look at, okay, is this going to be feasible in the week we have? How do we need to distribute our efforts? Things like that. So, this makes sense to y'all?
Yep.
So, awesome. So yeah, just let's work on that a little bit today. Let's see. The other thing that we should talk about is networking. So, given where we're at, Mitch, if you get to the point, as soon as you get to the point where you don't think we can have, we will be able to get the fluid combat, the items, the resources working by the demo, you need to let us know so that we can back out of this. Because, we can't spend a bunch of time on it. Now, if you think, okay, I can pull it off in another 2 days, then, fine. But as soon as it starts to become more than we're kind of expecting, we need to cut it, just because we're going to start getting into finals and the end of the semester projects and all that stuff, and
right.
We kind of have a good base right now, and this is a huge rewrite to get the networking working, which I think is good. But so for the user interface, we want to try to for a work breakdown structure, you tend to want to stick with 3 levels, if possible. So, 4 is fine, but the idea is to keep it pretty straightforward and not break it down too detailed either, if that makes sense. Because, you get too tedious, too detailed in it, then you can get bogged down in designing it or in the details when, it'll make a lot more sense as we're as someone sitting down and implementing things. So maybe for the user interface, have a start menu, have a pause menu, rather than have the menu category.
So let me ask just a quick question about in terms of where we're at. Has the game state manager been patched in yet? Like if I click play and have a go at it from the most modern level of code.
I thought Andrew was working on that. Okay.
No, Andrew and I were working on networking.
Right. Not it. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine.
There's some form of game state in there, but I know like the resource manager, some of the variables in there need to be moved up into the game state.
Okay.
But there's something in there, yeah.
Okay. Well, I would recommend we make that the first thing because I mean we're at a point I think in the game where we can play it, right? I mean we can almost, especially now the combat's done, or at least rudimentary or less.
Oh, it's terrible, but it does stuff. It does what it describes in the document.
Okay.
I see.
Well, we've got to. All right. Ugh. God.
I mean, like, it doesn't feel very good because the controls haven't been tightened, kind of stuff. That's what I mean.
Can we? Let's see how to. Rather than try to correct this by very specific programming, is it possible to make it more fluid by changing the design a little bit? Can we tweak the design to make it smooth?
I mean, it's fluid enough. I mean, I haven't tried playing it against myself or against someone else yet, but, like, you move, you swing, you charge for too long, your character stops. You hit someone that's parrying. I'm assuming that it's going to make them go back to the stumbling state like it's supposed to, because the stumbling state works for charging, so I'm assuming it works when you hit a parry, right? Like, it's fine. I just, I'm a perfectionist about, like, controls and stuff. It doesn't mean that it isn't good enough for the demo. I'm just saying it's not done, but it's demo enough done.
It's good enough for the demo, but not enough for your standards.
Yes.
I'll take that.
That way you can have a little more detail, which is why I added that just kind of as an example.
Listen to me. Fortnite was the worst shit show I've ever seen.
Okay. Alright, so then moving forward, we've got Andrew and Andrew and Mitch working on networking right now.
Are we still going with the turrets and all that? Like, is that going to be included in the demo?
No, not in the demo.
Okay.
That's too much. If we can get the just the combat, the resources, and the item system in there, I think that will be a very solid game. And a little bit of the hubs, just capturing the hubs. But that is mainly going to be tied in with the combat system, just giving it health. So.
Yeah.
Also help with the UI, as needed, Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we're kind of lacking at the moment.
Okay.
Let's see, Morgan, how close are you to being done with the sound?
In terms of like the controllers or like a asset library, or just all of it?
Just in general.
I'd say I'm behind on background music. I just haven't settled on anything.
Okay.
But that's mostly I just want to see the game first. And that can also change pretty quickly. There's tons of like open source Creative Commons stuff I can pull out of nowhere.
Yeah, did that link I sent you help you any? It had like I think it had some background music in it that you should just be able to slap in if it comes down to it for demo.
That big 10 gig thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I only saw sound effects, but I didn't look through all the things. But the sound effects were pretty good. Some of them were not, but most of them were good.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that if you just Google like Creative Commons non-attribution background music, you're gonna come up with something.
Yeah, no, I
So-
came up with a lot of stuff over the weekend. So there's
Okay.
tons of great stuff out there we could just use for pretty much no credit at all, except for on the credits. So
Yeah. I think that my personal worry in terms of the background music is just that we're gonna get a little too, like not invented here syndrome. I think is what we called it in my digital media capstone. Yeah, it's where it's like we're so desperate that everything has to be original and has to be ours that we start really sacrificing other stuff. So I would say that at this point, like background music, man, I don't know. I think we should just slap something in there and call it good because audio is the kind of thing that we get so much bang for your buck out of when it comes to games.
yeah, I'm not like looking to like compose a track or anything. I know that's like not even the point of this game. So we're just gonna get something that fits.
I thought that's kind of what you were doing.
Oh no, I'm not gonna. I was looking at percussion loops actually, and those look cool. But I can't get those to sound all right because I think that'd be really cool for the game. But if that doesn't happen, yeah, I just throw some BGM on there because I really want to get the sound effects right. So.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. That clears that up then.
And then with the audio controllers, I just haven't slapped them onto stuff. I would have to add them to like the players, the weapons, but I'd like to see all like the methods with the combat and stuff because I have to kind of weave those into that because that's what calls those sound effects.
Right. Eric, is it at kind of a point where, like, in terms of the method chain, it's not really changing, it's just sort of manipulating constants to try to get the speeds right and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Oh, God. It might be easier if you just let me put the audio in.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't even think about like making it so that someone else could come in and put audio in. I don't even think. Shit.
I mean, all you really do is like add a statement that calls a function I'm going to have in the audio controllers attached to wherever they need to be, and for timing, I have to also add keyframes to some of the animations. Which should be easy, but again, I need animations to look at because you have to.
Okay.
Can't just write a statement. So I just need something to work with, and it's going to be super easy. Like I got it all set. It's just a matter of having something to work with.
Okay. Yeah, I'll show you. It's pretty well commented, so it should be easy enough to understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, but that'd be great.
Mitch, how long do you think it will be before we've got player synchronization and we can start integrating systems into the networking?
I'm going to need you to be a little bit more specific.
How long before combat works?
I'm
you
not
guess?
sure. I haven't even seen it, so I can't give you a reliable guess on that. What I'm hoping to have done before tonight is, I move my player on my screen and it reflects on everybody's. That's sort of where I'm trying to be by the end of tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, if you can get there, that'll be a good start. I'd ask that you also try to come up with just some demonstration of the remote calls, just so that you have some experience with it. If you haven't looked into that already.
Yeah, no, I've looked into that stuff. I sort of know where everything is on that and how to do it.
Have you implemented anything with it?
I think that little cube demo had a thing. I'm trying to remember what it was, but yeah, I mean, you tag a function as RPC. There's a specific set of arguments you can feed to it. You can only feed like strings and integers and like a network player argument and some other stuff. But basically stuff that just gets serialized and thrown in with it. So yeah, I get the flow of it all, and it's something that I'm pretty sure I've done. I'm just struggling to think what I did it for.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, just again, what I have right now is like if I were to make a RPC right now with where the state of this thing is, it would work. It would fire on the target machines, either all just the clients or just the server or whatever. All that stuff would happen.
Okay. All right. Anyone have anything else they want to talk about?
Well, just real quick, I think that it's probably important at this point, just looking at everything that, I mean, just it seems like a lot of stuff that we need to get done from here till Friday, and I was just kind of mulling it over in my head. I think we should probably meet like minor meetings, like till the deadline of this,
I can
demo.
agree to that.
So, like, I don't know if, like, what time scale you guys have, or like
Me and Mitchell get out of class at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
9 o'clock p.m.
PM.
Yeah.
Okay. Does 9 o'clock p.m. work for like a minor meeting, like a
will
25-minute meeting, so we
It
can
will take
cross
me
stuff
13
off?
minutes to get home.
Okay, so like 9:30 to make like a 15-minute meeting to say what we have crossed off of this list.
Okay.
That sounds good by me.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. Then we'll
Yeah,
do
that's
that. That's a very good idea, actually.
I'm attempting to perforce right now. I'm just gonna sit in this chat. So if someone wants to just sit in here and make sure none of us get distracted, that's what I'm doing. So I get distracted, so I'm just gonna stay here and work.
Hey Cameron, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So do we know what colors exactly, RGB scale colors, are used for the red, the CMYK, like, color scheme?
I can get those to you.
Because I don't know if you did you do the health bars with, like a flat, like how did you implement
Hold on, you're doing a weird robot voice.
better?
Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay. How I need to go about implementing those is I need like a flat, just a colored box, which I extend and stretch into the health bar spot. So if you want like the graphic around the health bar, I just need the bar itself like blank and empty, and then I will add like health to it, like with all the transparencies and stuff. So if the health bar is like, if you've seen the Diablo health bar, it's like a globe, and it fills up with blood, depending on how much health you have. But if it doesn't have blood in it, you see through it, so that's a transparency, like, it's like a PNG. So I just need the 4 basic colors, and then just one of the, things for. Oh, that's another question I have. For networking, you say we can just add as many players as we want, but we're like trying to display the health here on screen. So is there a limit?
Just consider 4 players for right now.
Consider 4 players. Okay.
4 players.
4 players is safe only
4
because
player?
if we're gonna extend it more than that, we have to completely redo the map. Like even 8 players competing for 3 hubs is a game that will never end.
Right. Okay.
Quick question: Why is all players' health on the UI?
It
It
turns
doesn't
off.
need. It doesn't need to be. We can. It's just a.
Toggle it on and off.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I
You
would.
know how, like, all right. You know how you like hit tab in a game? And you
Yeah.
get, like, all the info about them. Well, at least the info. I don't know that the health needs to show up, but at least the info of like,
Yeah.
hey, you're getting dominated here. Like,
Sure.
look at the scoreboard.
I agree.
So, I think the health is useful either, on your UI or something in game, just so that you have an idea of, what progress you're making. Or, I mean, even don't show the health bar and just show, oh, you hit him and you did 5 damage or whatever.
Right. I wasn't really sure what information everyone agreed needed to be on the thing, so I have contingency menus for like all possibilities.
I think the health bar is good for now. Alright, so, wait. Anyone have anything else for the meeting? Okay, then I'm going to kill the recording.